What's up, everybody? Beau-hindman back with another quick video. This time I wanted to go over just my main office here, which is a kind of a toy room slash office. I work in here. I'm not going to show you my workstation because hello, and there's me, because I have, private work stuff on there. But this is the main room that I sit in every day. I game in. I do have the regular overhead light on to make it a little brighter in here, so that the lights aren't as dynamic as you might want them to be. Quick tour through some of the toys here. I've got up here, I'm trying to put some Lego Mega Constructs kits. This one was really cool. I really like that kit. In the back there, that's a robotics from the 80s. I had this exact kit when I was a kid, so I found it on eBay. I've got the box and everything. I've got to get some of the missing parts and then I'll be complete. I even have the little astronaut. This is the Mega Constructs dragons. I love these little crystal creatures. I don't like the slime that much, but these are cool. I like the blimp thing. As you can see, that's the World of Warcraft one. This is a knockoff kind of company. They're called Sluban, S-L-U-B-A-N. And they make these kind of knockoff, sorry for the dust, by the way. It's not too bad, is it? They make these knockoff or their own version of Lego from China, and they're dirt cheap, and you get some pretty neat toy kits like that. This is the ship from, I got the, what's that PS4 game, Xbox One game, with the spaceship you attach on your controller. I got the game and everything, sealed in a box, $5. So I picked up 4 of those and gave those to some neighborhood kids. That's the Minions spaceship. I got it for $12, $10. Actually, I love the reds. I got it just for these red bricks. I'm going to eventually get another 1 or 2 of those and to build a cool red build out of it. Oh, Lord of the Rings toys in the back there. And then on the shelf are some customs. No, I don't think there's any customs up here. This shelf is mostly for the stuff that's like, I can look at every day and get it stand up and play with it and stuff. Again, apologize for the dust. I literally just dusted this not too long ago. That's one of the problems with having shelves. That is one of the only customs. That's the very first one I painted custom-wise, is that Build Fighters kit right there, Femina's kit. Here's another one I was messing with, gun. I mixed different arms and stuff, and I was messing with like a weathering, like a gunmetal weathering. There's another one of my favorite kits back there. One of my first attempts at weathering as well. Iron Giant toy from early 2000s back there, remote control. This toy right here was about $60. It's one of those, what's it called? Not Pokemon, Digimon or whatever. And it's a fantastic toy. Worth $60? I don't know. They're really nice and heavy. I'll probably get another one though. Those are fantastic. And you can see the different kits. I got this guy for $5 at a garage sale with his box. I could have picked up 10 of these things. I just grabbed one. Then here is more of my 80s shelf from when I was a kid. This is all stuff that I had when I was a kid. Some of it I owned and some not. The only thing here that I actually literally owned, was this guy right here, which is the Starcom toys. It got wax poured all over it. I don't know why. Don't ask me. These are my original Zoids, but those I was not really a kid. Those were 90s, maybe late 90s. This was a funny toy I got when I was a kid. It's a really crappy transformer that basically you just took it apart and reassembled it, and it would make a robot. It's really a crappy toy, but I loved it, and I found that on eBay sealed for like $5. Same with the Power Lords. I had this Power Lord when I was a kid, as well as these two here. Now, these were not mine. These were off of eBay, as well as these guys here. But I found these that actually were the exact same toy I had. So it was really cool to find one in the package like that for like $15. There's Robat in the back. I'll see if I can link maybe the Robat video. Robat was a classic, amazing toy I got when I was a kid for my birthday. It was a cheap knockoff, at least I thought at the time, toy, but I absolutely loved it. There's some clay monsters I made. I've made all sorts of, I do clay and stuff. This was a funny toy from the 90s. It's Fisher-Price's Knight set, and I absolutely loved how chunky it was. I think it was 96, and my girlfriend at the time actually literally bought me the castle set and all this stuff, and I still have most of it. Fantastic toy line. I'm forgetting exactly what it's called for some reason. Oh, here it is right in the back. Megaforce. There's the box. I got that on eBay. These are some of the exact ones I had. This is my dusty, very dusty, but original Sectars toy that I had as a kid. These were joined here when you got it, I guess for safety. They joined these fangs together, so I cut them apart. His antenna got cut off here. This is Battle Planets, I believe it is. This is the mega set thing. It lights up. It does all this stuff. I did not own this as a kid. I owned it later, but I have all the remaining parts. Here's just some fun stuff. When you have a dog like Roy, who right now is cleaning himself, stop that, Roy. On your bottom shelves, along with boxes, you have to put stuff that if he knocks it over, because he's always wagging his big tail and it's just silly, and he knocks stuff up. You have to put stuff that if it fell down, it would not cause any damage. So I've created a border here of toys that he can't really knock down or hurt very well. So this is a cool old, because I used to be a drummer for 30-something years. I can't remember when or where I got that, if it was a gift. Animals drum set. I've got to clean it up. I want to put little LED lights in the actual lights. Fantastic little toy set. In some of the tom broke off. I'll fix all that, dust it off. Some suits, Exo Squad suits I found at the local antique mall for I think I spent probably $20-something on all three. And I've got 4 of the original Wild Things guys. Those are really fun. This is a funny little thing. What I did here is, I don't know if, excuse me, squeak. What I did here is I actually printed out a mountain pass and I stuck it on. This is literally just if you flip it over, it's just a container from IKEA. And you flip it over this way and you can use it as kind of a riser for some of your toys like that. And then I experimented with printing out paper on sticker sheet and putting a scene on there so it kind of blends in. So I got to do it better. I've got to print it where I can fold it and it still doesn't bubble and stuff. So that's kind of interesting. And then here's my backlog. You might have seen my backlog video, or at least my model backlog video that I did the other day. Let's switch over here real quick. I've got all of my, hello, that's me, messy hair. I've got all of my Gianco stuff in here. In the back is my custom. Here's these 2, and then that's just a dragon egg with a LED in it. I'm eventually going to fix these all up, customize them all, or make them look really cool, and then they all go in this one thing dedicated just to her because I love her so much. I think she's so cool. That is my need to be in a better pose. What is her name? My gosh, why am I blanking on her name? But I absolutely love that figure. Over here is my Sarah doll from Build Divers. I absolutely loved that she was an actual doll in real life in the end. So no spoilers, but just a really cute, I just absolutely love that. And that's it. You've seen in my review that little car. Here is a weathered, one of my favorite suits. I did that not too long ago. One of my favorite kits. Let's see if that focus there. Along with a Sherman I did. I don't know why I have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pizza here. I think because I just did this. I bought that little Lego kit. And then there's my Lego Sherman. I got that. It was a Chinese company. I can't remember who made it. I'll see if I can link it. That's a fantastic little Lego kit. Knockoff Lego kit for I think $30. Great Sherman. Then I have some more. Let me get out of the shot here. I have some more. Let me go this way, actually. No. These are some more of my 80s toys. These I actually own. These were mine as a kid. It's the D&D guy, Swamp Thing. Knights, Battles of Darkwater. I can't remember what they're called, Darkwater or something. These were Muscles. I didn't own all of them. But these were from the original line. That's the Robotics Astronaut. So all the way, that one I bought off of eBay later. That's the original astronaut that would go with that. Up there, that's my original donkey thingy. These are GoBots, the better GoBots, the tank one and the robot monster one. You can hard to see there. Let me see if I can. It's kind of hard to see because of the reflection, and I don't want to open it because things could fall. More stuff I owned as a kid. I had to rebuy later. D&D, Battlestar Galactica, fantastic little figure. Chris Star Warriors, I'm missing his stuff, but again, fantastic figure. And this guy, the Flip robot, and all these, this is mine from when I was a kid. All this here is original. Not that, but that was one of my favorite Transformers. And yes, I always missed his fists. These Fisher-Price characters were really cool when I was a little kid, young kid. This is a Mysterion, a weird Transformer quote-unquote line. Don't ask. You'd have to look it up. That was one of my favorite things as a kid. And then here, I built, basically, I'll show you, kind of back up here a bit. I just took a drawer, not a drawer, but a shadow box frame, and I built some little shelves in it just using foam core. I need to use the thicker stuff like this because it doesn't bow. The thinner stuff was bowing pretty bad, so I got to replace that. But basically, I have just different figures. There's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures from that kit right there. A really neat kit. Again, I got it for free, though, because of points with my Sears. I bought a washing machine. This was mine as a kid. This is mine as a kid. Another Dark Orders kit. I painted him up. This Mac robot, I'll see if I can link those. That's a modern thing. It's a Mac Mini done in a robot form. It's a fantastic little, I think they're called, I can't remember, something bots. What were they called? I can't remember. This is the Nightcrawler from the early 2000s. Really well done. But they didn't remake Nightcrawler, a figure, for like, I don't know, till the last few years. So it's not a rare kit, but a lot of people want that figure there. Random stuff, just random stuff. I absolutely adore. This is my panel line. I take a Ben 10 robots or figures and I panel line them, bring out the lines there. See the line work look a little better. So I just love how Ben 10 figures look. I don't know the cartoon very well at all. So different little things have here, cops, stuff like that. Little minifigs from a Mega Constructs, which, as we know, Mega Constructs minifigs blow away, Lego. But Lego's not going for the detailed look like they are. So it's just a different vibe. Some Homies figures, which Homies are a weird toy. I'm not quite sure how I feel about them. The ones I picked to display were the ones that I think, talking to the owner, he was trying to make people, he said, literally from his neighborhood. So, some of them are stereotypes in a way, so you've got to be careful about them. But the ones that he did, if you look at the details, there's the mailman, the dog, the breakdancer, a guy the wedding party was fantastic. I mean, there's some really amazing details in there, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about them. Let me know in the comments. More Ben 10 toys. Here's one that I panel lined and flat coated. So you can see the difference. This is one, just a standard Ben 10 figure, right? And then here's where you can see I've put some shading and just brought out his details. So I'm going to want to do that to all of them. And then you flat coat it and it has this really nice look to it, cartoony look. These were all I found at an antique store. These Ben 10 Ultimate figures, I think they're called. Up there, there's a Lucio. So that's this room. Let's go to the next shelf. Oops, I forgot to mention my Dark Crystal figures real quick. I don't know if I did a review on them. I don't think I did, but I'm just kind of got them tacked up for now. I hate tacking them up like that, but for right now that'll work. And on top of that, back here, next to my baby metal shrine here, I've got the Dark Crystal books, which if you're familiar with Little Golden books, I mean, that went on pre-order and I picked up 2 of them and I think they were $5 a piece. And yes, it's a real Little Golden book. They made the Dark Crystal, that story of all that death and destruction, and they made a Little Golden book about it. But next shelf. All right, so next shelf is in the living room. The lighting's kind of crappy in here right now, so I'm not going to be able to get it really, really good. And it's also very dusty, although I just dusted it not too long ago, literally like a week and a half ago. Up here are some of my wife's Prime Comic-Con. That's a Comic-Con exclusive Webarella. These are Monster High dolls. Here's some of our Poochie guys, which I'm calling petite guys, because I do Gunpla models, as you can see. So here's some of my customs. RE100, whatchamacallit, the blah, 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 you know, the blah, 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 the Moo Moo one. What's her name? I can't remember. This is one I did where and again, very dusty, sorry about that, where I used colored pencil instead of paint. So I was experimenting with that. Fantastic. Probably my favorite mech design in the world right there. I love those so much. Another little custom construction bot. My first scratch built monster one. I didn't know about seam lining at the time. And I built that out of like 3 or 4 kits. Some bear guy families. And then of course there's that drawer again. See how it's just a drawer? Let me see if I can point here. This is just not a drawer, it's like a container. You just flip it up and then you've got a handy little riser. You see how you can rise them above on a shelf like that. You need to bring some vertical space. Got to redo the wires and stuff. Down here are my custom toys. This one's still a work in progress because I got to fix his beard. But these are Galador and other toys. This is a clay monster I made. His arms got a little bit deformed, a little messed up there. From 94, 95, I used to work in clay a lot. So I made like an int type creature. He's still very, very solid. It stands up. Use a foil, a tin foil armature inside, and then you can make an amazing thing out of clay. This, I've done a review on this, or I mean, I've covered this before. This is a 4-armed kit I made, I customized. It wasn't a kit, it was made by, oh my gosh. I am completely blanking on everything today, guys. I'm sorry about that. But this is the Titanfall toy, and I painted it, I customized it. I cut its fingers separately so its fingers can move individually. Did some stuff that I might link that video. More custom Galador there in the front. One of my favorite custom Galadors, the Space Ghost Pirate thing that I made. Zombie Bratz doll, which I absolutely love. I learned a lot from that. Another monster robot. This is a custom I made. I absolutely love. He has their, I should say they have a drink and a purse, and just amazing detail on that. I'm working on how to, you know, bring out the detail so it looks like animated in a way. That's what I'm working on with that. This lady in the back here is like a Borgeized, I forget the woman's name, young woman's name from the show, from Galador, but I Borgeized her, and that's a head from a McDonald's toy, and it really, really came out slick. Down there is just some of my wife's stuff, K-pop stuff. I won't show all that because she's not here to explain. Next shelf real quick. Okay, so this shelf is interesting. This is what you would, this is basically in an extra room we have. I'm not going to go too low there because I don't want you to see their dirty floor. No, they're not bad. But, you know, when you have 2 cats and 2 dogs, you're going to get a dirty floor. So this is what I call my overflow shelf for good reason. I have the big shelf I showed first, the second shelf, my customs on it. I have 2 more smaller shelves, which I'm not going to show you because they have a mix of personal items and pictures and stuff on there. Not very interesting. But this is what I call my overage shelf for just kits that I wanted and I built, and you know, wanted somewhere to display them, quote unquote, without my gosh, without having the room to do. I mean, look, that's just 4 kits right there. Like this giant Chimeras or whatever you call it, Chimeras Trooper. I just adore that kit, but I can't wait to panel line. But look, I mean, I just got project after project. My fantastic gun cannon, sniper, whatever you call it, locator or whatever. This guy I got for $1 at a garage sale. I got a bunch of gunpla for $1, about $10 altogether. These I'm just trying, I don't like pop kits. I'm just trying to sell those at some point. My old ancient Dunbean, battle Dunbean, blah, 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 whatever you call it, Dunbean, War Battler, from the, say, 80 something. So eventually it'd be fun to make that look cool. But again, project. This is an example of taking a bunch of kits. I like to take a ton of little different kits because I have about 40 in there that have been built that I just took apart and then piecing together different. That's a gun cannon upper body, blah, 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 you know, and messing with that. Let me get out of the light here if I can. Some SDs, stuff from Build Fighters, the first season. This is a Mabinogi, the video game, online video game. I used to write about video games and they sent me a custom figure. So I won't take that out right now, but that's really cool. This is an ancient like 60s toy set. That's all I have left of it. You would build buildings this way. It's ancient. Original Galador is in the packages there because I love Galador. This I used pencil on. The IBO kit there, I used actual colored pencil on. I like to use colored pencil. Got some Lucio-O's. And then random stuff down here. Paper houses. I used to make paper houses. I love wind-up critters. These are all mine from when I was a kid. Not too young, but this guy I want to eventually customize. He does like sounds and walks and all this stuff. I got like $5-6. Another paper house. More Galador, a very dusty spider from Lord of the Rings. Just random figures that I picked up. An old Godzilla thing I've had since I was a kid. A Marvel character I had since I was a kid. I love these kits. Squirrel Girl, the Ray. This new style of making these, I keep saying kits, these dolls, where they're really chunky, can stand up and just have they're just fantastic dolls. I had to get those. Those were $5 each. I have the, what's the name? So he still talks, and we've had that from 2000, whenever the first Lord of the Rings toys came out. He has a mace, but his mace is depressed looking and it looks really funny. My dog is frightened of that thing. If I put it down and make it talk, my dog freaks out. Random toys here. She's falling down there. You can just see her legs, but that's a Betty Page toy from the early 2000s, and I haven't looked it up, but I bet it's worth a little money. A really neat toy. She's got her cheetah there. It's hard for me to see, but she's falling down. More random stuff. The gorilla I'm working on. Another Monster High kit. Fantastic. What's her name from Incredibles. And just random stuff. Random figures we picked up over the years. So this is, like I said, my overflow. There's an original Power Lord, the other one I had in the package there. This one I picked up on eBay because he was missing his feet, so I got him for like $5. So he'll be good for like spare parts. I could probably pull him apart and make a custom out of him or something. There's a Lara Croft Tomb Raider original kit. We still have the box for that. Just random little things. A little Galador party down there. Stuff and things. This is something that you might do as a Gunpla builder, besides keeping your Gunpla stuff next to your Maya Angelou books. I keep all the instruction manuals, and when I finish something, I actually write on the last possible page when I finished the kit, when it was assembled, time, date, place, everything, and any receipts from ones that I buy, I keep in an envelope here. It's getting a little full now, and I have an overage container for them. But this is not a bad idea. Pick up a couple of these magazine holders, and then you'll have the instructions not only forever in case somebody needs it, but I'll see there I marked when I wrote it, when I finished it. But you'll also have a time and a date locations, because one day, these and there's a clay figure I made when I was a kid and it broke off all its parts. Still got to find the rest of that somewhere. Clay was very fragile back then. But that way, one day, if you finish a certain, Gunpla, and you're like, hey, when did I finish? You want to know that stuff. That's one lesson I have for younger people out there, is try and keep track of your dates and times of stuff if you can. But that's my overage room. Oh, there's some cubes. Those were really cool. I should put all those together. That's really my main stuff. And as you can see, that's the problem I have right now, is that I have so many things, you start to run out of shelf room. So on this guy right here, lovely kit, but can't stand up. Give me a break. So you have to start considering, what do I do? Just keep buying shelves and shelves and shelves? And then you've got dust and dust and dust and dust, and you've just got to really keep that in mind. So what I would recommend is being okay with packing some away or selling some. So I might sell off a lot of these extra. I'm trying to get rid of those Funko Pops. I'll probably eventually sell like this little Lego guy, just stuff like that. And just keep the stuff that is really only important to me, because you do need to consider room, especially like if you ever want to get a smaller apartment or something. So, but anyway, that's just some of my toys I thought I'd share, everybody. I thought you'd enjoy to, drink your coffee while I was walking around my house. Have a good one. Bye-bye.